The lights dim slowly, the audience quiets down, and there is that familiar electric feeling in the air that only happens when something unforgettable is about to take place. On this night, no one knows exactly what they are about to witness, but by the end, the judges, the crowd, and millions watching at home will struggle to find words. These are not just performances. These are covers that took well-known songs and turned them into moments that stopped time itself. The first contestant walks onto the stage with careful steps, shoulders slightly tense, eyes scanning the massive theater. You can tell immediately that this person understands the weight of what they are about to attempt. Singing a cover on this stage is risky. These songs are legends. Everyone knows them. Everyone has an opinion. One wrong note and the internet will never forget. The judges exchange curious looks. Simon leans back in his chair, already skeptical. He has heard thousands of covers in his life, and very few surprise him anymore. The music begins softly, almost hesitantly. It is a song the world knows by heart. At first, the arrangement feels stripped down, almost too simple. A single instrument, a quiet intro, a voice that enters gently, like a whisper. Some people in the audience lean forward, unsure. Then something changes. The contestant's voice grows, not louder, but deeper, fuller, carrying emotion that feels raw and personal. It is not an imitation. It is a confession. As the melody unfolds, the judges stop writing notes. Heidi's smile slowly fades into a look of shock. Howie's eyebrows lift, his mouth slightly open. Sophia places a hand over her chest. Simon, who was leaning back, now sits forward, elbows on his knees, eyes locked on the stage. The singer takes a familiar lyric and bends it, reshaping it with subtle phrasing, changing the meaning without changing the words. Suddenly, the song feels like it was written for this exact moment. When the chorus hits, the audience reacts before they even realize it. A wave of sound rises, not cheering, but gasps. Some people are already wiping tears. The singer closes their eyes, completely lost, and for a few seconds, the entire theater seems to breathe as one. When the final note fades, there is silence. Not the awkward kind, but the kind that means everyone needs a second to recover. Then the eruption comes. The crowd jumps to their feet, applause crashing like thunder. The judges stand as well, almost automatically. Simon shakes his head slowly, as if trying to understand what just happened. He reaches for the microphone, pauses, then laughs quietly. He admits he did not expect that. He admits he was wrong. For a singer, there are few compliments greater than that. Later that night, another contestant steps out, completely different in energy. Where the first was quiet and introspective, this one is bold, confident, almost playful. They announce their song choice, and the crowd reacts instantly. It is an iconic track, one that has been performed by legends. The risk feels even bigger this time. The judges look concerned. Covering this song is like stepping into sacred territory. The beat drops, but it is not the beat anyone expects. The arrangement has been flipped upside down. Where the original was powerful and loud, this version is rhythmic, modern, infused with unexpected textures. The singer moves with the music, not dancing in a flashy way, but letting the rhythm guide their body naturally. Their voice is precise, controlled, effortlessly cool. Halfway through the performance, something magical happens. The singer introduces a sudden change, a breakdown where the music pulls back, leaving just the voice. The melody twists into a new direction, revealing vocal runs that are technically flawless but never feel showy. Simon's eyes widen. Howie starts laughing in disbelief, shaking his head as if to say, "This should not be this good." When the final chorus explodes back in with full instrumentation, the audience cannot hold back anymore. People are shouting, clapping in rhythm, completely caught up in the moment. By the time the song ends, the reaction is instant and overwhelming. The judges are on their feet again. Sophia blows a kiss toward the stage. Heidi calls the performance fearless. Simon simply says that this is exactly how you do a cover. You make it yours. As the night continues, the theme becomes clear. These are not contestants trying to impress by copying greatness. These are artists using familiar songs as a canvas, painting them with their own stories. One performer, barely old enough to drive, steps onto the stage with a guitar that looks almost too big for them. Their song choice is gentle, emotional, the kind of song that lives quietly in people's hearts. From the first note, the vulnerability is unmistakable. The voice trembles slightly, not from lack of skill, but from feeling. The lyrics hit differently when sung by someone so young, carrying an innocence mixed with wisdom beyond their years. The judges soften instantly. Simon's expression changes, the harsh edge replaced by something almost protective. As the performance builds, the singer's confidence grows. The trembling disappears, replaced by strength. The guitar playing becomes more intricate, the vocals soar. By the final verse, the entire theater is silent, hanging on every word. When it ends, there are tears in the audience. The judges struggle to speak. One of them finally says that this performance reminded them why music matters in the first place. Another cover later in the show takes a completely unexpected turn. The contestant walks out with a calm smile, introduces themselves briefly, and reveals a song choice that makes the judges nervous. It is a song known for its vocal difficulty. Many have tried and failed. The music begins, and immediately, the singer attacks the first line with confidence that borders on reckless. But then the high note comes. The note everyone waits for. The singer hits it effortlessly, holding it longer than expected, then adding a delicate vibrato that sends chills through the room. The audience erupts mid-song. The judges cannot help themselves. They stand before the performance even ends. Simon mouths the word wow, genuinely stunned. What makes it even more powerful is that the singer does not stop there. They continue pushing, adding emotional layers, subtle dynamics, telling a story through every phrase. When the song finishes, the applause feels endless. One judge calls it one of the best covers they have ever heard on this stage. Another says they forgot it was a competition and just enjoyed the music. As the episode unfolds, it becomes a parade of unforgettable moments. A duo transforms a classic ballad into a haunting harmony that feels almost cinematic. Their voices blend so perfectly it is hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. The judges close their eyes, listening, completely immersed. When the final chord fades, Simon is visibly emotional. He admits that he did not expect to feel that way tonight. Then there is the performer who chooses a song tied deeply to their personal story. Before singing, they share a few words, not to gain sympathy, but to explain why this song matters. The music starts, and suddenly every lyric feels heavier, more meaningful. The voice cracks at just the right moments, not breaking, but bending under the weight of emotion. The audience feels it, the judges feel it. When the song ends, there is a pause, then a standing ovation that lasts so long. The contestant covers their face, overwhelmed. One of the most talked about performances of the night comes from someone who looks completely unassuming. Dressed simply, no dramatic entrance, no big gestures. They choose a song that has been covered countless times. At first, it feels familiar, comfortable. Then the singer introduces a surprising key change, shifting the mood entirely. The song takes on a darker, more intense feeling. Simon's reaction is instant. He leans forward, eyes narrowed, not in criticism, but in fascination. This is something new. The singer's control is masterful, every note placed perfectly, every pause intentional. By the end, the judges are not just impressed, they are shaken. Simon says that moments like this are the reason the show still excites him after all these years. As the night reaches its peak, one final cover brings everything together. The contestant walks out to roaring applause, already known for previous performances. Expectations are sky high, the song choice is revealed, and the crowd reacts with excitement and fear. This is a legendary song. The pressure is immense. The first verse is quiet, almost restrained. The singer takes their time, letting the story unfold slowly. The arrangement builds gradually, adding layers, tension rising with every measure. By the time the chorus arrives, the singer unleashes everything. Power, emotion, vulnerability, all at once. The sound fills the theater completely. The judges are frozen, Heidi's eyes are wide, Sophia is crying openly, Howie keeps whispering no way under his breath. Simon does not move at all, staring straight ahead, completely locked in. When the final note rings out, held perfectly, the audience explodes. The standing ovation is immediate, deafening. Simon stands slowly, applause continuing around him. When he finally speaks, his voice is calm but filled with respect. He says that this was not just a cover. This was a moment, something people will remember long after the season ends. He says that this is what it means to take a risk and win. As the episode ends, one thing is clear. These performances did more than entertain. They reminded everyone that a song is never finished. It lives and breathes through the people brave enough to sing it again, to feel it differently, to share their own truth through familiar melodies. These were covers that left the judges speechless, not because they were perfect, but because they were real. And as the lights fade and the crowd slowly exits the theater, the echoes of those voices linger in the air, proof that sometimes, hearing a song you think you know can still change you forever.